Smell that, Polly.
See it.
History. Look at all that history. Love it. There's no raptors on the island, is there?
No.
No, yeah. It's got a bit of a Jurassic Park feel to it, that's all.
Oh yeah, that's what everyone sees from time to time.
Can I ring this bell? What happens when I ring that bell?
Welcome to the show,
That's what happens!
Yeah, come running.
What a surprise. That was a nice little experiment. I enjoyed that.
And here's your room.
Okay.
Room number 3.
Paulie, you've been most obliging. Well, there it is. All the gear. Well, a lot of the gear. I don't know how I've gotten it over here. It's certain to say that I pushed the bag limits coming across on Qantas. If one of these little brush turkeys was to jump up off the road and onto my face to eat it, I really would not be surprised. It has a very prehistoric feel to it on the island here, such as the way with the mature trees and just the closing of the forest canopy over the island's road network. This tree, this strangling fig tree, is truly extraordinary. What I can make of the situation is that the fig has started off on this main artillery back through here, where you have the deepest concentration of root ball mass descending from high above down into the ground. You can make out the cavity where the donor tree once stood. Then the other interesting thing that's happened here, which I've not seen with other strangler figs in Australia thus far, is that the tendrils have extended outwards and captured other trees before shooting to the earth below. So it creates this absolute network of fig tree tendrils, both into the ground and then above. And there would be, I imagine, 1, 2, 3, there's at least 5 of these points where the branches have reached another tree, sent down root tendrils, captured the tree, destroyed it over time, strangled it effectively, and then continued their merry way outwards to neighbouring trees. Bravo, Mr. Strangler Fig. You are the best I've ever seen. And that deserves a hearty round of applause. No one watching? Thank goodness. I feel like my whole life has led to this moment. Excuse the kids' ears when I say this, but it requires some strong language. Me. Brent really wasn't kidding. This is an extraordinary tree. This is the War of the Worlds just here. God damn, because it is something completely out of this world, completely out of the world I'm used to. That's one thing for sure. Far out. If you ever want to feel how small and insignificant you are and how amazing that feels in some sort of perverse way, then come stand in and under the canopy of a strangling fig like this monster. Here's such a great example of what goes on with these strangling figs. They start off as these long, thin tentacles, and then once they hit the ground, make connection and start sucking up nutrients, they then start to beefen up their tendrils, becoming something more akin to this. Actually, that's a palm. They become something more akin to this. So you can see here that, hang on, stop moving the camera. You can see here that you got much thicker tendrils starting to take shape. May not be all that obvious. You got this thick line starting to take shape here. Magnificent stuff for making ropes. Then you come over here, you see we're a little bit thicker again. Smells like wood, nothing. And then further across, boom, starting to take the shape of something more akin to a trunk. And then we go further again. I need to make a solid connection here so you know that's a damn tree trunk now. If all I did was see this great big whopper today, I'd be very happy. Very, very happy. But onwards, it's going to be an even happier day. The clear place. 10 out of 10 creative thinking for the naming of this location. I get the picture. It's nice and clear. So straight through here you can see Mt Lidgbird Island. So named, I presume, for all its mutton birds. Then this first severe mount in front of us is called Mt Lidgbird, and then further afield beyond that, the famous Mount Gower. Not to be conquered on this trip, but coming soon, before the end of my life. Guaranteed. So grateful there were no rocks in the grass. So much grass. So much grass smell. I can literally taste it on my tongue. And I'm not eating it. It's just the scent of it. It's quite extreme. I like this man and I didn't even know him. That's called going out in style. Rest well, Jeffrey. Today's been fantastic. Really enjoyed all the strangler figs over at the Valley of the Shadows and the Clear Place. Malabar Hill, where I still am at the moment, just beautiful. It's been an absolutely spectacular day and perfect for the type of photography I needed to do. We finish off with some nice little cumulonimbus cloud up in the sky, catching the last rays of light as it wraps around. That's Mother Nature playing ball.
The Crooked Post. Sure beats out the Railway Commercial and top pub for name of the year.
Could this be Australia's most scenic war memorial? That's rhetorical. No need to answer. You know, I never fail to marvel at just how different the landscape looks depending on the angle from which you view it on. You want to be super careful on this duck board. In this early morning dew and wetness from a little bit of drizzle that we've had this morning, they are super slippery. You can't afford to only have a portion of your foot on the boards. It's complete, full frontal contact from the grip of your shoe. You go ballerining on this, you'll soon find yourself with a face full of mud. Might be something for the Lord Howe Island board to consider at some future point to put down a bit of chicken mesh for grip on the boards. The conservation on this island is absolutely second to none, but this is definitely an area where I can see, from walking carefully myself but still having a few slips along the way, it could do for some improvement. I'm in some sort of creek bed here at the moment. To be honest, I wouldn't know I was still on the trail were it not for these blue markers on some of the trees. Paulie told me coming from the airport when I arrived that there were no sandflies, no marsh flies, no leeches, just a general lack of biting insects. I can't say there's no mosquitoes. I have seen a mosquito, but I haven't seen that many of them. Remembering we're the middle of winter here, so I can't testify for the summertime, but I think it is an amazing environment. Just the sheer fact that there's no march flies, no sandflies, no leeches, and no ticks, or at least none that I've become aware of. And I've been hiking through some pretty lush environments, primo for those kind of insects. Here's a couple of those plants that I saw earlier on and mistook for a kid building a teepee on the side of the trail. It's a bit like a cabbage palm with a mangrove root-like structure that I guess accounts for maybe the tide and the occasional flooding. North Bay, the Little Gulch, Rock Pebble Beach. You just couldn't order it any better than what I've had it these last 3 days. It's been exceptional and I'll never forget this experience for as long as I live. 106, if you're wondering. Whoa, look at that. Just having a blast up here at the moment, photographing various angles off the point of Mt Eliza. Words can't describe just how beautiful the weather is right now. Early 20 degrees, bit of a light sea breeze, and a bit of moody cloud on the horizon, fringed by cumulonimbus with rain bands in the midsection. Speechless. Speechless, but not really. I've got plenty of words in my head, all just wanting to bubble out for you at home, the viewer. Lucky you. Some proper cliff faces going on here. I mean, if you took a tumble, it'd be a double stage landing, but I don't think you'd feel the second stage. Have a look. Just exited from this pretty little palm tree tunnel behind me, looking up into the sky here at all these petrels. I half expect to hear a well-known English accent from the bushes say to me, and there he was, standing, staring up into the sky, teeming with thousands of petrels, as one defecated directly onto his forehead. There's a real high probability of that, as I just said, a couple of thousand petrels. It has to have happened many times over the years. That is an absolutely ominous looking skyline that is only getting closer and darker as the minutes wear on. My luck across these couple of days may have just run out, unfortunately. Yeah, all right, that was just a little close for comfort. A little close for comfort. Oh, crikeys. Here's a Providence Petrel right at my feet. G'day, little guy. What's going on? You come here for snacks? You want some of my Carmen's muesli bar? You alright? You look like you got a bit of a limp up, or is that how you walk normally? You hear me?
Incidentally, the dancing didn't seem to attract more birds. Certainly, that's not the first time I've said that either.
Can you believe how close I was? That was within 20 centimetres filming on this little GoPro. Amazing. This is a top 3 of my lifetime unbelievable experience. Jim's Cafe, superb coffee. And while I haven't tried everywhere on the island, I've got to say, for where I have tried, which is the Anchorage and the Crooked Post Hotel, Crooked Post, what a name. The food here has been absolutely excellent. Fish curry at the Crooked Post, mwah. Beef vindaloo, Anchorage, mwah.
Quick segue here to Joy's shop. Look how immaculate it is. Not a millimetre out of... Oh, hang on, the aioli. Fix that up. Oh, what about the Chipotle? Oh my goodness.
Another great thing about this place is, at this time of year at least, is just lack of people. If that's your thing, that's what you're coming for, sense of solitude, one with nature, getting out by yourself, that meditative feeling of being in amongst nature with little disturbance from others, then Lord Howe is it and a bit during the winter time. I think this would have to count as the most scenic spot for a picnic and barbecue I have ever come across. I just can't wait to bring the family and the kids back here in the next couple of years. Swimming on the beach in the summertime, like you'd swim out there now, it'd be a bit brisk, but not extreme, certainly not pins and needles. Swimming in the summertime with the kids, come back up here, cook up a barbecue, snags, rissoles, bread and sauce, flip the frisbee, kick the footy, and just enjoy life. Look at this grass. No bindii, no thistles, just lush, pure goodness of grass. God damn it. I'm struggling to find anything wrong with this place. And then over here, if you could see, I'll do something about that. Mt Lidgbird, Mt Gower. That shed's just a touch too close to the foreshore for my liking. That's probably the only thing I can find wrong with this whole damn island, that shed being a bit too close to the foreshore. If that's it, by God, this is as close to perfection as it gets. Why do I get the feeling like I'm missing something? Oh yeah, that's right. This is a 10 out of 10 Get Terry walk. Look, I'd give it 11 Terrys if I could, but unfortunately 11 doesn't go into 10. So, what are you waiting for? Do yourself a favour, get along to Lord Howe Island sometime.
Let me go home. I wanna go home. Why don't you let me go?
you, dude. Skedaddle. Push off, push off, push off, push off, push off.